Hello, hello, hello. Hello, dear team. Welcome again to the special webinar. My name is Akash Malhotra and I'll be financial analyst for today. This special webinar. I'm very happy to see you once again. In fact, there are a lot of things that I really wanted to discuss with you with regards to financial analysis. Last week was amazing. We have a lot of news coming up lined up for us, especially for this week. We ended up making a good amount of profit on some of the trades. Anyways, before discussing about trading, we will be talking about trading in a very rigorous manner. And for today as well, we'll try to take some trades in our live account to make a good profitable returns for ourselves. In today's webinar, in the meantime, I'll be reading your comments as well. So feel free to write anything down into the screen. If you have any question, just write all the questions to me in the special webinar. In the comment section, your comments are very valuable for me so that I'll be able to interacting with you at the same time. And we also try to find out some of the good entries in the financial market based on the different time duration. There were certain things that I really wanted to let you know. We will be talking in terms of technical analysis and fundamental analysis and what had happened in the from last week to this week. So there are a lot of news happens from last week to this week. In fact, some of you might know that earning season has been started, and yeah, Netflix releases their earning results. And can you imagine, the price of Netflix rose in a single day by how many percent? By more than 16% in a day. 16% in a day. This is what I was having a conversation with a lot of my clients, that there was a very good probability for Netflix to rise. So here, to demonstrate this possibility, what I did, I took the trade in my demo account to show you what variation it could have been or generated with itself. So if you'll see, Netflix resulted us more than 287% profit. Although it's a demo trade, it's a demonstration trade, which in fact I told a lot of my clients to trade, just to know how the earning season works and how you will be able to maximize our potential on these ones. So yeah, it was an amazing trade for us. Apart from that, Tesla also releases their earning report, and it was shattering. It wasn't that effective enough. I was actually having a word with our senior financial analyst. We found out that Tesla didn't have that much of a potential to hold it for the longer duration for the time being, and yeah, it turned out to be in the same specific direction. So Tesla dropped in a day around 6%, and there is again a good chances for Tesla to drop like around. I was just going through the pre-market situation for Tesla. It is showing us like around 220, while there is a good probability that Tesla will start from around 217 for today. So there would be a possibility for Tesla to drop around again 1% of the existing volume, which is 217 is something which I'm thinking, or 217 to 218 is the price from which it can fall down. So in the pre-market situation, we'll be able to talk about this in more detailed manner. Anyways, how are you doing? How all of you guys are doing in trading? Let me know which is one of your strategy which worked out for you. We have a chat window specially opened up for you. Ask any question of your choice to me in the conversation. I'll be able to help you out that effectively well. May it be anything at all. May it be regarding the strategy or any market update that you want me to talk about, or if you want especially a session on the earning seasons, I'll be also able to help you out on that part. We have a lot of news lined up for us, but one of the good markets. So we'll start our trading with some good market updates and some good news. Let's start with the good one first. So the very first update which has been coming up from us to us is USD JPY. USD JPY is actually hovering near the price of 150, and it's seemingly little difficult for this currency pair to move above this line. Now we know for the fact a lot of time what happens for, especially for USD JPY, when it is very close to the specific levels, a sudden drop in the price has been seen multiple times, not only for this time. Yesterday also, due to the Fed results. Jeremy Powell had a conversation that they will be again tightening the monetary policy. So exactly yesterday around 9:30, the market crumbled down for JPY, but as soon as it crumbled down, it started recovering once again. So 9:30 is the time on which Jeremy Powell has a conversation with their colleagues, and they come out with this conclusion that the interest rate will be raising in the upcoming time. So what's the forex idea on this one? Have a very closer look on this USD JPY pair. In upcoming time, there is a very good probability for this asset to break its record of around 150 yen. So if you will see, USD against Japanese yen is around 149.977, and earlier when it happened, it broke this level, but in a minute it dropped about down by around 3 yen, and which could have resulted, some of my clients did share their screenshot with me, where I come to realize that they ended up making around $1,200 profit. That means like around 1,200% profit just on a single candle, and this candle actually was there for a single minute. In a minute it dropped like anything. So keep a very closer look on USD JPY. Still have a very good probability to drop once again, and that's why one of the reason I took the trade for this asset specifically in the downward direction as soon as it reached to the very close level of 150. Look at this. I took the trade on the higher volume and closed the trade because I knew for a fact that when it comes to 100, very close to 150, so it can drop below this. Okay. The second news which has been coming up for us is regarding Bitcoin. Bitcoin is amazing right now. If you will see, the price of Bitcoin is continuously increasing in the time. So if you will see, I basically open up two trades in here. So there was a support level which we found out, which was exactly around 25 to 26,000 level for Bitcoin, but it also has a very good level of resistance when it reaches to around $31,000 to $30,000 per Bitcoin. So you see, so the maximum value it ever has reached within the last few months was 31,000, not more than that. So you can see this price, if it reaches very close to 30,000 or little greater than that, there is a good opportunity to open up a trade in downward direction for this Bitcoin. Dear team, I would like to inform you that trading in financial market involves a very high level of risk and may lead to partial or complete loss of invested funds. So yeah, you take your decisions very carefully. I also would like to inform you that actions performed by me on my trading account are based on my experience, and repeating these actions, you act at your own discretion. So trade very carefully. These are not the trading ideas. In the longer run, they can give you a good amount of profit on this one. Let's move ahead with the market analysis, and then we'll quickly switch to the live trading strategy for today. It's an amazing trading strategy which I was actually working on from a very long time, and you will get to know about this. What are the good thing about this trading strategy altogether? So we had a conversation regarding Bitcoin and USD JPY. There is a third update that I would love to give you. Is the price of Brent. The nearest price for Brent reversal is around $94 per barrel, and we found out there is a very good level of support which we found out around $83 per barrel. So this is the bottom support and this is the highest support for this one. So even if it is able to be very close to $94 per barrel, there's a good probability that price can bounce back from this price level. It also depends upon the Israel and Palestinian war situation right now. If you have any update regarding it, apart from what I'm telling you, you can just type it in the chat window and tell me what are the new updates that you can see, and we can have a conversation according to that. Not only the Brent, which has been driven by the Israel and Palestinian war, but the value of gold. Gold is one of the safest assets, which I had a conversation in the last week, which I have told you. Whenever the price of asset increases, or like let's just suppose any war or natural calamity happens to be there, majority of the people tends to invest in one of the safest assets, and gold is considered as the safe haven or in terms of trading, safest assets. Here you can hold your position as long as you want, and that's why is one of the reasons why the gold has been keep on pushing itself into the upward direction. That's an amazing growth starting from 6th of this month when the non-farm payroll was there. So the market was shrinked itself around 1810 level, and then starting from this price level, it started itself increasing into the bullish sentiment, which is another good thing for us. Now it's very close. It's very close to around 1900 level, very close to around 2000 level again, which can act as a psychological level of resistance. But it also depends upon the existing war situation which has been happening in Israel and Palestine. If it grows on continuously, if you find any update regarding this, so there is a very strong chances that gold can again crosses $2000 level. It's a very good psychological level of resistance, but yeah, it can happen. There's a possibility for it to happen, something like this. That's the third market update from my end. Let's talk about trading right now. If you have any questions, dear team, please feel free to ask me your questions in the chat. I would love to read your comments and everything in the chat itself. I ended up making around $2000 profit in the last week, considering risk to reward ratio. Some good amount of profit I made on forex. Some of the trades are still alive in my trading account. I'm just waiting for the market to start reversing itself from that positions, but we can have a conversation about this. So next week, let me give you a little insight about what will be happening in the next week. Next week specifically, we have Microsoft, Google, and one of the biggest data releases would be Meta. Now Meta has the chances to increase. Okay, just give me a minute, team. Let me just go ahead with the market update. I hope I'm audible to you. Dear team, if you have any question regarding anything at all, please write it in the chat window itself. I would love to read your comments. Okay, so finally, there was a technical glitch in my end. I was unable to read your chat. Right now, I can read your chat. So, Alexander said, hello, sir. Shikhar ji, hello. We have another comment from our client. Will you do FTT today? Sure thing, sir. We'll be talking about FTT, and I will be taking some live trades in my trading account using one of the trading strategy which has been there with us in the Olymp Trade application. Shekharji said, why there are just 35 people in the live if it's a global problem? It depends upon the different time zones, sir. So the most favorable time from it also depends from the different geological locations as well. So yeah, might be probably because of that reason as well. Okay, so we still have some comments. Let me go through your comments once again. Okay, so Shikharji said, is this actually live or just recorded video playback live? Sir, it's a live asset right now. You can actually go ahead on Olymp Trade, check this one out. You can see the existing price for gold. It is around 1979, and you can confirm it by checking yourself. When the next stock signal will be published? Okay, so next stock signals, we have an amazing news release, especially in the next week, as I told you. Microsoft, Google, I believe it's on 25. Yeah, Microsoft, Google. We also have another news lined up for us. Verizon is there. General Motors is also there on 25th. And yeah, 3M is also there. So these are 5 total companies which will be lined up on 25th. And let me tell you, do not miss Meta at all. Meta has an amazing ability to move the market more than, sometimes it happens like 33% during the earnings season. It moved amazingly well, and that's where people made a lot of money, either buying or selling. So you can get to know about this pre-market releases in Yahoo Finance official website. You can go ahead on that and check on any specific asset of your choice, even though the log symbol is available there, but you can check the pre-market price in there then and there, so you can get to know about how the market will react during the time. Okay, so let's discuss our some of the trading strategy. For today, we'll be working out with one of the simplest trading strategy in Olymp Trade. In case if you are an advanced or starter slate expert level client, you will be able to have this trading strategy in the strategy window, a symbol, technical analysis symbol, strategist section, and select it then and there. Okay, you can select. So for today, we'll be working out with one of the simplest trading strategy, which is Coin-Martin strategy. You click on Coin-Martin strategy and click on enable option, and let me know from your comments how many of you have starter status, advanced status, or expert status. If some of the client doesn't have any statuses, that means on the beginner level, I'll be teaching you how to craft this trading strategy using different set of indicators and oscillator altogether. We'll be creating this trading strategy. Absolutely. So there are a couple of ways to do it. Let me know in the comment section. I'm reading your comments, dear team. If you find any signal, I'll tell you how to read this signal. It's the simplest trading strategy whatsoever. And in the meantime, having the conversation with you, I will be also giving you some trading techniques which can be effective for you in the next earning reports, which is on 24, 25 and 26. Shikharji said this isn't actually live. Sir, it is actually live session. You can actually see this different asset which is available in here, and you can check the different functionality. So recently you probably had heard Olymp Trade has okay, so we ended up making like around 67% profit. Okay, was it in the demo account? I was just testing the price here. They just gonna cross confirm it. So yeah, 33% profit. I believe it's the take profit margin which I have selected on this one. Yeah. Okay, let's quickly switch to live account. Let's check the status of Bitcoin once again. I have to know the reason why the trade was closed. So 95% profitable percentage it is giving us right now. Okay, and the market is also, there is a very good probability that the market can shrink from this price level. That's why you can select my take profit margin is around 130% on my initial capital investment. Okay, so for today, yeah, let's go back to the strategy once again. Now, while applying any trading strategy, remember this, dear team. No trading strategy can be 100% accurate. Your main objective in trading is to catch the signal at earliest possible stage. Now you have to understand what are the signals. Signals are the indicators and oscillators combination. So market actually works on the different parameters. What we are doing is we are using different set of indicators to understand trend and basically trade accordingly. So our potential profit, there is a very good probability of profit you can do, but you have to follow the signals. And always remember, no trading strategy can be 100% accurate. Your objective is to get at least 60% accuracy. 55% accuracy would be more than enough for you to make profit on that one. Anyways, let's move ahead with the approach right now. So let me just reduce the amount. I really do not want to take the $1,000 trade. So remember this, when you are taking trades and if you are following martingale approach, if some of you might know about martingale approach, some of you don't. So for those clients who do not know about martingale approach is something which was invented by the name itself, Mr. Martingale, where he invented a technique even on a single non-profitable trade, even if it is maybe a non-profitable one. If you start your trading volume from the lower side or the smaller side for like 1 to 5% of your initial investment, and then what you will do, you will try to increase your volume on the next trade if the earlier trade was non-profitable one. But there is a catch with it. There will be limited number of attempts that you will do in your trading account. There's a reason behind it. 4 to 5 approach maximum is something which I suggest to my clients. 4 to 5 maximum approaches. Okay, so I believe gold still has a very good strong upward potential. Let's go ahead. Okay, so there is no signal involved in this one, but I believe it has a very good strong approach into the bullish sentiments right now. So let's go ahead and open up a trade. Okay, let me just switch to my trading account once again. Yeah. Okay, so we were on the kind Martin trading strategy. Let's learn about this. So can you see this dot formation? These are parabolic SAR. Parabolic SAR. Now here, when the dot formation are above the candle, it shows a downtrend momentum. That means there is a very good probability that market can follow a downtrend. Now, if the dot formations are below the candle, that means there is a very good probability that for market to be on the bullish sentiments. It's just a trend variation that you can observe from the candlestick pattern and even the dot formation. The second approach that I'm about to tell you is MACD. Can you see this MACD line? We call it as moving average convergence and divergence. Now what does it mean? So EMA 12, so the default value for the kind Martin is 714 and signal line is 5. So it's very difficult to understand, but I'll make it very clear to you. We do not need to use MACD on the default value. While on the applying the trading strategy in the strategy section, you can see it actually set it at the custom value, which is 714 and 5. But majority of the time the default value for MACD is 1226. So let me just show you by demonstration. Probably would be little difficult. Can you see this? 714 and 5 is the signal line. EMA 7 is compared with EMA 14 and a signal is generated accordingly. So I'll show you a little difference between the MACD, which is into the trading strategy, and the default MACD, if you will see. Let me just go to oscillator and show you this. Okay, MACD once again. I'll be changing a parameter for this MACD once again. Just a second. Let me just make it to the area. Okay. So can you see there is a very huge difference between the MACD which I have applied and the default MACD. This is the default MACD and this is the custom MACD which is into the strategy itself. Now it shows a very delayed signal on this one because it comprises of EMA of 12 and 26. But here in this trading strategy we have used 714. So EMA 7 is compared with EMA 14 and it's been the graph has been generated based on that. So let me just remove it once again. MACD, default MACD is not something which is required for us. We'll go ahead with 714 and 5. If some of you do not have an access to the strategy section, you can take the screenshot of this and you can apply in your trading account accordingly. It's an easiest approach to do that. You can go ahead and modify this different signal line 740, and in a histogram you can select area and you can select any color of your choice and it will be applied automatically in here. Okay, back to the strategy. Okay, this is a real trade. I have one of the comment from client live account to real trade. Sir, this is my live account and this is a live trade of mine which has been working on so far. Okay, so this is my trade on gold. We have taken the trade for 12 minutes duration because there was a very good probability for gold to be on the rising side. Anyways, let's quickly switch between assets and try to find a signal. Remember this, you have to take a trade from 1:2/3 formation. That means if you are watching the graph for 5 minutes duration, your expiration time should be 10 to 15 minutes ideally, but you can actually vary your time from 7 to 15 minutes. And if you are watching the graph for a minute duration, your expiration time should be double or triple of it. That means 2 to 3 minutes duration. So I'm very good. I love taking trades on the higher time duration especially. And that's why I will try to find some signals on 5 minutes duration. But if we do not find any signals on 5 minutes duration, I'll switch to 1 minute duration and 3 minutes expiration time. Okay. Let's learn about this trading strategy. Okay, let's try to switch between assets and I'll show you how to take trades on this strategy. So the very first signal confirmation that you will need to do is the dots change or the reversal pattern that you can see in the dot itself. Can you see the dot change itself? But never take a trade if you are using this. Never take a trade on the very first dot. You have to wait for the second confirmation. You switch to second dots. If it is below the candle, that's the first confirmation you got. And just watch the area for MACD. If you watch below the candle, you will see the area is increasing in upward direction. That's where we take a trade in upward direction. And you can maximize your potential on this one. Okay, so let's find some live trades. Let's find some good signals in here. Okay, so see, 1, 2, second dot, green candle, no signal confirmation. Let's skip this asset. Let's watch out for any asset on the second dot. So remember, the second or third dot is something that we'll be targeting. Mostly we'll be targeting the second dot itself, not the first one or fourth one or fifth one, because sometimes the momentum can shift itself. Let's go ahead with 5 minutes duration. Let's find a good signal. Okay. For cricket index, it's a good opportunity. Let me just reduce the volume first. We'll start with the smaller amount first, and then we'll start with doubling the amount using the martingale approach if the trade is unsuccessful one. The dot is below the candle. I really want you to wait for the next candle to happen to be like this. And here what I did, I just pre-entered the market rather than waiting for a good confirmation. Majority of the time, I would suggest you to wait for the signal to happen. Wait for the second dot to happen. If it is a 5 minutes duration candle, you can go ahead with 10 to 15 minutes duration. What I found, it was rising very sharply, and that's why I reduced the time duration to 7 minutes. We have another conversation. We have one chat from Mr. Veli. As a starter, the kind Martin is not enabled. Yes, correct. Would you kindly describe how to set up using the available indicators? As I can see, it's MACD and parabolic. Yes, that is correct, sir. So the combination we have selected in here is a parabolic and MACD. Just choose one indicator and one oscillator. So let me just refresh it once again, Mr. Veli. Let's just remove the strategy. Okay, 1, 2, and remove this. What we'll do, we'll go to indicator section first. As a starter status client, you will not have an access to this strategy. What you will need to do, you need to visit indicators, select parabolic on the default value. You do not need to change anything in the default value. Again, you click on the open instrument list, you scroll it down, and you select MACD in oscillators. Here it can be visible. Click in here. See, it's the default value is 12, 26 and 9, but this is not what we'll need. So you click on this one, you have to edit this parameter. Watch it very closely, Mr. Veli. For MACD, you will go ahead with 7, 14, okay, and in histogram, you can select it from the bars, lines to area. This is the aerial one. Click in here. Change any color of your choice. And okay, so we haven't modified the signal line yet on 5. And here we go. It's been applied. Okay. There is a beauty of MACD. I'll also tell you how to work up with that. Whenever MACD lines, signal line and MACD line, if you will see, if they do cross over each other, the trend reversal happens. And there, the area becomes 0. The area becomes 0, especially the area. When these two lines crosses each other, the area becomes 0 for this. Okay. Okay, let's try to find some more good signals, dear team. If you find any good signals, please let me know in the chat window. See, so the dot formation is confirming that the trend is into the downward direction, whereas the candle is green. So this is not very good signal. It's a dicey signal right now. We'll skip this one. We'll choose another one. That would have been a very good signal. Can you see this, team? The second dot was below the candle, and so as the MACD was improvising itself into the upward direction, which is showing us the bullish trend, and here we could have taken a trade in upward direction, but we are little late now to open up a trade. We'll skip this asset right now. Euro USD, no signal in here. Let's skip the asset once again. Okay, let's try to switch between assets. AUD CAD, no signal in here. What we are requiring is the second dot. On the reversal, second dot is something that we are thinking about in here. Okay, let's look at the couple of trades which are going on. For gold, it seems to be profitable, and so as the cricket index. Okay, let's try to switch between assets once again. Let me know if you have any questions that you want to ask me in the question section. Mahendra ji said hi. Hi Vikram ji. Crazy Gaming said hi. Hi sir. Crazy Gaming said my account is blocked. I'm very sorry for the inconvenience, sir. Please reach out to the support line. We have a dedicated people who are working there 24/7 at times to help you out and resolve your query. I'm very sorry for the fact that your account is blocked, but yeah, it can be you can have a conversation with them and they can guide you accordingly. Okay, so we do not have any signal as of now. The signal is about to reverse in the downward direction. Okay, let's wait for some more signals. Gold is, there is no signal right now. Second dot, no signal in here. Let's skip the asset. On the second dot we had a signal. So see, can you see this? We are little late to open up a trade on this one. On the second dot, the candle was red. The dot was above the candle, which is again the downtrend signal. And if you look at this MACD line, it is pointing us in downward direction. This could have been a very good trade. Let me just increase some of the expiration time. Cricket index is working good. Let's skip it. No, acha. Second dot, green candle, no confirmation. What we will do, we'll try to change asset once at a time. Do not stick to any specific asset of your choice. Okay. Let's look at our trades, how they are going so far. So gold seems to be profitable for us. Nice. Cricket index, yeah, I think so. It would be also be profitable. Let's check it once again. No signal in here. We probably need to shuffle a lot of signals right now, because for a little higher time frame there are not plenty of signals available. We'll switch to 1 minute duration once again if we didn't find that many. Remember this, team, when you take trades in the shorter duration, it would be a little riskier one. So find a good trading time for yourself. Try to work up with the different assets at a time. If you do not find a signal on a single asset, there is no need to stick to the same asset for a longer duration. Second dot, green candle, MACD area expanding. It was a good trade. It's an amazing trade. Okay. I believe right now the frequency of signals are a little reduced on the reduced side. Dot formation, green candle formation, both are contradictory signals. Let's skip this. Let's choose another one. No signal in here. CAC 40, second dot, that's an amazing trade. Can you see this, dear team? Second dot below the candle, and so as the MACD is pointing us in upward direction. It could have been a very good trade. Let's switch asset once again. Let's look at USD JPY. What's going on with USD JPY? It's tumbling down. That's an amazing trade. Okay, nice. See, in the beginning of the conversation, dear team, I had a word with you where I told you there is a very good chances for USD JPY to crumble down, and it's actually falling down right now. In the longer run, this could have been an amazing trade for us. An amazing trade. Even though if you could have hold a position with a moderate set of multiplier for USD JPY into the downward direction, that could have been a little on the profitable side. What I'm doing on USD JPY specifically, if I may say, I basically tried multiple times to scalp on this approach. Scalp means you wait for the market for a very precious time, very small amount of time. You make the profit and leave the market. That's a very small approach in terms of trading. So if you look at the recent trade of mine, which I have taken on Forex. Okay, so let's go ahead on trade history. Forex. Can you see this? This is the scalping mode which I have done in here. I took the trade. When the market started crumbling down, I made the profit and left the market rather than staying in the market for the longer duration. This is what scalping approach usually means for a lot of people. Let's move ahead right now. Let's find some good signals for us. Dear team, I am reading your comments, your active comments. Please, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the chat window. Mahendra ji said he had lost like around a considerable amount has been lost. I'm very sorry for your loss, Mr. Mahendra. We have a dedicated team which are working for you. So if you are an advanced or expert status client, I would highly recommend you to at least join a special sessions with our financial analyst team. We happen to have a signal in here, but this is not a very good signal if I may look at, because it's a very strong downtrend going on so far. So what I'll do, I'll just open up a trade, but with the risk-free trade volume, a downtrend. Second dot above the candle, and the MACD is pointing us in downward direction. If you could have catch the signal in the very beginning, that would have been amazing. So yeah, back to your questions, Mahendra ji. We have a dedicated team which works 24/7 to help you out, and a dedicated team which works out as a financial analyst team. My colleagues are there to help you out. We have a very special system, we call it as LCS system, which is loss compensation system, where we can create a plan how to recover your funds, but at the same time you have to be very disciplined. Trading is not something that you are doing blindly. You have to understand market and market sentiments, and you have to value the market sentiments as well, because sometimes the market can favor you and sometimes it doesn't. If it is not favoring, it's better to leave the market at that very moment rather than staying in the market. So second dot, that would have been great, like 5 to 7 minutes duration downtrend, that would have been amazing. Second dot, red candle, double confirmation, and the MACD is also pointing us in downward direction. Dear team, I hope you are getting my point. Today is an amazing trading strategy. The name of the strategy is, once again, okay, so there is a good opportunity. What we'll do, we'll just increase the time duration to the sufficient period, and let's go ahead with upward direction trade. So here we took the pre-trade, right? Rather than waiting for the next signal, we just increase the time duration by a couple of more minutes. It just end of the candle right now. So the second, there is a very good chances for the second candle to be formed below the candle, unless and until there is a big market variation. There are very slim chances for it. So yeah, let's look at our trade, how they are going so far. Astro index is on the positive side, and yeah, Asia Composite Index, it was a good decision for us to take a trade with risk-free trades, because this was a very dicey signal. Because right now what I found with Asia Composite Index is sometimes very contradictory in nature. Sometimes it usually found a very strong trend, and sometimes it usually doesn't follow any trend at all. So yeah, let's try to switch between assets once again. Mr. Willie said, thank you, sir, it's my pleasure. As a financial analyst, it's my duty to help you out and help my client understand market that effectively well. Let's try to switch between more signals. If you find any signals, please let me know. And if you need any market update for the next week, that too I'll be able to assist you on that. Let's switch between assets once again. On second candle, yes, it's on the right side. 12 minutes duration is the time, ample amount of time we have given for the asset to settle down on that price level. So yeah, there is a good chances for the market to be on the profitable side. We already made profit on this one, so there is no need to go through it once again. Okay, so there's this one thing with this strategy. When the darts formation are very close to each other, the candle formation can be green, red, doji candles, and also green. So here, I would highly recommend you to not to take a trade because the market is sideways trade. So there are not many buyers or sellers available at that very moment. So taking a trade at that specific instant can be on the considerable non-profitable side. This is I would really like to assist you. Samir ji said, can't understand your approach, sir. Sorry, but you are too fast. I'm very sorry about that, sir. I'll try to speak as calmly as possible so that you will be able to understand it. I'm very sorry about that, Mr. Samir. It's just the habit of having a conversation with the client. Okay, so what part did you not understand, Samir ji? You can also let me know about that. I'll try to work upon that in the next webinar, for sure. Let's try to switch between assets once again. Okay, so a downtrend appearing, but red and green candle formation is there, not the second candle that we can rely on. We are just trying to change between assets once again. I believe there is some considerable time left for this one, 8 minutes. So ample amount of time for asset to settle down. Cricket index. Okay. What is happening right now? We are not finding that many signals. So let me switch to 1 minute duration graph and try to find out signals for 3 minutes duration. Whenever you are taking trades on any specific trading strategy of yours, make sure you spend ample amount of time in analyzing it. First practice it in your demo account or start with the very smaller volume, and once you are confident, and then you switch to the live account part. Okay, I'm reading your comments and I really want your opinion on this one, this strategy. What do you think about this strategy? Do you feel it's very difficult to understand? Or do you want me to explain it once again for our new traders? I would love to do that. Okay, let's switch to asset once again. Astro index, right? It's profitable. Rather than staying on any simple asset, what we are doing is try to shuffle between assets till we find a good entry to enter in the financial market. Dear team. We have an expert status for those clients. Okay, that's a good signal. Let's reduce the time frame, reduce the amount. Let me see the candle formation. It's a doji candle formation, so it can be a little dicey one. Okay, let's go ahead with the smaller amount here. Usually what happens when you find a big candle, continuous streak of red and green candle, that would be a little riskier to trade, because usually when a big candles happens, it because of the greatest market update, and that would be sometimes a little riskier for you. Now if you'll see or watch it very closely, the price of euro USD is tumbling down. That means the USD price should be shooting up, and we can see on USD JPY it might be an up candle. Yeah, it is an up candle here. Yes, so I'm reading your comments. Akshit Bhati ji said your class is every day or not, sir. I'm so sorry, Akshit ji. I'm available on the YouTube platform on Friday. On every Friday you can see me in here. And in case you want to join the special webinars with us, or like the special one-on-one consultation with us, we have a dedicated team who is working specially for the client. You can join this special session with us. For an advanced status client, you can get 1 consultation in a month, and for an expert status client, you can get 4 consultation in a month. So that would be a very good opportunity for you to get to know about financial market. In fact, this is the right time that you can, I really want you to join webinars or uh, the personal consultation, because the earning season is going on. There are a lot of ways that you can make money. On earning season, I was having a lot of conversation with the clients, and I had a couple of emails as well from them. So I told them that Netflix has a very good opportunity on the rising end, and they basically took a trade on that. And based on, like, I was actually having a variation in this, and I was just checking this one out. So I told my clients to not to trade in live account as of now, just to analyze for the analysis purpose. So you can see this my demo trade. Netflix went like around 332%. That's an amazing approach. Okay, nice. So there is a difference in the profit percentage you can see. With 20 multiplier, 334% profit, but with 10 multiplier, the profit is around 165, which is half of that existing volume, because the higher the multiplier you select, the higher the profitability, but again the risk will be on the higher side. With 10 multiplier, the profit would be on the balance side and the risk would be moderate. Mr. Honeywell said, so I have to open up a trade on the second candle if it is going in the same position. You have to cross confirm it by watching the MACD variation, and at the same time you have to observe it using the dot and the candle. So if suppose the dot is below the candle, on the second dot the candle should be red. It has to be red. If it is a red candle, do not take trades on that one. And if you will find out this MACD area is increasing in its size, so yeah, you can take a trade on that. Let's look at our trade right now. We had some couple of trades open up. I don't know whether the trade is profitable or not on that. Let's just check it. So yeah, Euro USD is positive. Nice. On the second candle, we took a trade on this one. Asia Composite Index is also seemed to be positive. It took a little time for trend to follow, but it did. It's an amazing profit for us. So I believe how many trades we have taken? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 out of 4 trades profitable. That's a good trade. Let's look at Astro Index. It probably will need some time to settle down. Let's look at 1 minute duration graph. The signal is okay. The second dot up trade. So what's the expiration time we have selected on this one? It's 12 minutes duration and it's trying to reverse itself, but hopefully there is a good probability that market can rise. We'll be having a very closer look on this one. So yeah, team, there were very less frequent signals we have seen so far, but yeah, the signal quantity is also depend upon the existing market situation. It doesn't matter how many trades you take. I really want you to take trades when you are very comfortable in, and you are very convenient that this is the exact trade that you want to take. It doesn't matter the quantity of trades. It's the quality of trade which matters, dear team. So that is the special session from my end. It's lovely to meet you once again. I'll be coming up in the next week regarding this. New market updates will be there. New trading ideas will be there, and new trading strategy will also be there. It's lovely to see you once again. I'm very happy to see you once again. I'll see you in the next week. I wish you all the best. Have a great day ahead. Happy Navaratri for our all Indian traders, and have a great day ahead, dear team. Bye bye. Thank you for